Earth signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your June 2021 reading. Welcome all the Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorns. If you guys have already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I do a video, which is every Saturday when you go into subscriptions. So, Earth signs, let's see what the cards have to say about your month of June. So the first card is flexible and it is upside down. The next one is all that glitters, and the last card is coming to the edge. So flexible, first of all, it's flexible and it's upside down. So it's saying you guys have not been very flexible, which most people aren't. It's not asking you to be a contortionist. If you guys ever saw the Planners Peanut commercial where the girl could be double jointed, but you guys have been very rigid, and you are starting to learn to bend and not break. But it's not been easy for you guys. And I know that you guys are fixed signs and you like things to be a certain way and go according to plan, and you guys are planners. But whatever it is that you're going towards, you're realizing all that glitters isn't gold. It's not what you thought it was going to be. It might be shiny on the outside, but the inside package is not, it's fool's gold. It's false. It's not true. But you know, a lot of times you have to chase that to find that out. It's nobody can tell you, you have to do it. So it's not, you're not doing it wrong. It's just, you know, you need to chase it until you realize, guess what? Just because something looks good on the outside doesn't mean it's good on the inside. And the next one is come to the edge, and it's somebody who's jumping off, who's ready, like, so it's, you know what, you guys, you have been preparing, you have been moving towards your soul's purpose and yourself, and you're ready to jump off, but you needed to go through this process and you're still going through it. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper and let you know, Earth signs, about the flexibility slash not. You guys, you are definitely one of my favorite signs, and I love doing your readings, and I know you guys have been struggling, and this is not an easy time for you. You're planners, you're doers, and sitting back and like not doing anything is extremely difficult for all of you. But this is saying, when it's upside down, when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential. You find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Can you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. So you guys, whatever's going on, you know, like you're only seeing a situation one way. And this is asking you just to try to look at it from another person's point of view and not just your own. And sometimes you have to get outside help and other opinions to help you with this. And a lot of times when you're in the middle of a situation, it's very hard to see it clearly because you're in it. It is not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It is not a sign of weakness to call a counselor or talk to somebody else about this. But you guys, you don't have to fight with everybody. And like the us versus them thing, it's really you're fighting an internal battle with yourself and becoming more flexible. It is a process, especially if you've been extremely rigid your whole life. So this is saying like go easy on yourself, but you need to bend a little bit. But it's not an easy process, and you're not going to do it perfectly, and it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong or that it's going to just feel like just smooth and not bumpy. It's going to be a bumpy ride. So the all that glitters, it says a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress up something to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, be a mercurial. It's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. If it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing, or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks that people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine all that glitters is gone. Would you still desire the person or object? You guys, this is part of most people's process. Like, you have to have the big house. You have to have the big car. You have to, not big car, but you know, the nice car, the purses, the shoes, the computers, the stuff on the outside. We want people to see us as we're doing well. And a sign of doing well is material objects. But as this process continues for all of you earth signs, you're starting to realize that just because it looks good on the outside, it doesn't feel as good as you think it should. And it's one of these things. If you grew up with money, you already know this. You already know you can't purchase it or buy it. But if you grew up poor and thought, if I have a big house, or if I have a nice car, or if I have the perfect job, people will love me. And it's like you're trying to fill your insides with your outsides. And that is part of the process. That's not wrong. What is really difficult is when you stay there and you don't get out of it. When you keep trying to fill that hole with objects, it doesn't work. But you need to figure that out on your own. But it's nice to have nice things. Everybody wants and deserves nice things. And I totally agree with that. But it's also, it doesn't fill your spirit as much as you thought that it would. So that's your ego too. That is your head working out of your head instead of your heart. And why we're all here and what our goal is to connect our head to our heart. Well, at least that's my goal. And my goal is to help you guys do that too. It's like, it's so nice to have material things, and I'm not knocking them. But it's also nice to feel good on the inside and realize, even if you don't have these things, would the person you're with still want to be with you? Or would you still want to be with the person that you're with? Or if you didn't have the job that you have, is the person who you're with, do they really want to be with you, or do they want to be with what you do? And so you're starting to find that out. And it is a hard process and it's hard to learn, but you need to do it that way. And the next one is come to the edge. So it's like you're going to take a big leap and a big chance. And I think it's going to be on yourself, which is, you guys, you are all that glitters. You guys, you are the prize. And, you have to figure this out the hard way. Everybody does, but it's like courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, accepting a risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. You can do it anyway. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the acceleration as readily as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. Sounds so easy. I know it's not. You're called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and your soul and not your head. come to the edge and discover you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. So you guys, this reading is about you can trust yourself. You really can trust yourself, and you are going to take that leap of faith. It's okay to be scared and do it anyway. I think you're realizing the material world isn't filling your spirit in the way that you thought it would or could or should. But you guys, you have to do this stuff. It's like nobody can tell you. You have to do it. So earth signs, I know you guys are working your asses off, and you're planners and you're doers, and to be spontaneous is not a natural act for you. To not have a plan is not a natural act for you, but it's asking you to go against the natural / supported. It's like, if you're watching this video, all of you already know this, that the world is going in one direction, and just because they're going in the one direction doesn't mean it's the right direction. A lot of people are following the masses, and they're doing what everybody else thinks they should do instead of what feels right in your heart. And that's what this reading is asking you to do, is to start listening to your heart and what you really want to do. And when you're able to do that and act on that, that is when your biggest achievements and results come. But it's scary, and I get it. So the next one says Mending Bridges. I heal rifts. I'm a mender. You guys are healers and fixers, and you are a mender. So you're used to fixing stuff. You're used to being the middleman for other people, but not for yourself. So you have to mend the bridge from your head to your heart back to you, and you're working on that, and you're igniting courage. Whatever you're doing, I am strong, I am valiant, and I am courageous. So you guys are brave as shit. Whatever you're doing, you are initiating courage. Maybe you had to initiate courage with other people before you could do it with yourself, and you're starting to hear messages from Spirit, and it says, I am a clear channel for messages from Spirit. So how do you get messages from Spirit? This on here, there's letters, so you might get a letter. There's feathers, there's flowers, there's pennies. You might hear a song on the radio. A truck might drive by with a sign on it, or you might drive past a church that has a sign on it, and you're thinking, is this for me? Yes, it's for you. Seeing a special bird, like an egret, or a special animal, flower, something. These are all signs from the divine that you are on the right path. You're doing the right thing. You also will get 111, 222. You'll look at the clock. That's when you're starting to awaken to the divine. Look those messages up. You will see them you will get the messages when you're ready to receive them, but you will see them. They will get bigger and bigger. They will get more noticeable. You won't miss them. You're not going to miss them. You might be seeing sequences of numbers like these, and look them up online, and they'll tell you exactly their angel numbers, and you are getting messages. You might have thought this stuff was bullshit, and now you're starting to pay attention to it and be like, oh, maybe it does mean something. It does. You guys, your head and your heart are getting connected. It's such a beautiful thing, and the divine's been waiting for you for a long time to do this. So your cards right now say manifestation. So your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them in. Desire and belief are your power. So you guys, you have already started your manifestation process. You've been working on it, and it has been in the stages. You've been working on your dreams. Keep going. Trust yourself. You can trust yourself. People need to hear what you have to say. The next one is integrity, and it's like, drop the things that offend your soul. Embrace your truth. It's your life. Let no one live it for you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what offends your soul. Usually, people asking you, can't you just do what I say? Because I'm uncomfortable. Making other people comfortable and you being uncomfortable offends your soul. A lot of times when you are doing things that are not right for you, it'll come out in your body first. You will feel it in your body. You might get headaches. You might get stomach aches. You might get irritable bowel syndrome. You might have a flare-up of an autoimmune disease. You might have back pain. You might have wrist pain. You might have hip pain or arm pain. But it usually comes out in your body first. Anxiety, depression. These are all signs of your soul is offended. It's not being honored. And a lot of times when you are doing things that honor your soul, you feel lighter. You feel freer. You feel happier. You breathe easier. You don't second guess yourself. Was this right? Was this right? When your soul is happy, it doesn't second guess itself. So a couple of things to get you back to yourself if you're having a hard time. If you've ever tried yoga before, I suggest going back to yoga. If you think that's too slow, I don't got time for it, you need extra time with it. Guided meditations on YouTube, breathing exercises. You guys, you can trust yourself. Whatever is meant for you is meant for you. And whatever's not meant for you, you can't make it happen. It'll make your soul and your body sick. So the next one is gratitude. Be grateful for abundance. Live in appreciation for what you have, and more good things will come. So this is telling me that maybe you guys have been focusing on what you don't have yet and what you're not getting instead of all that you do have. So I want you to focus on what you do have, what you are grateful for. One thing you can try doing is a gratitude journal where you just write down one thing a day and the date what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for the internet. I'm grateful for a cell phone. I mean, start with whatever you need. And I promise you, every day your gratitude list will start to grow. Make sure you put the date on it so you have a timestamp of when you started it. But I promise you, there's such a power in writing things down, and not only just writing them down, seeing them on paper makes such a difference. And it might be the beginning of the book that you didn't know you were supposed to write. So I'm asking you guys to get a gratitude journal. Start writing down what you're grateful for. Start noticing what you do have, and try not to focus on what you don't have yet. And I promise you, when you're grateful for what you have, more starts to come in. It really, really does. Believe in it and trusting that is another story. But you guys are amazing, and you're doing such a great job, and the divine wants me to let you know that. So earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, wishing you the best month of June that you can possibly have, sending you all the love and light. This is your sign signing off, and if you're still watching, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you.